Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. I hope everybody's had a great week so far. It's been a busy one for me. And as you can see, I have a tank top on and I'm warm, even though the storm is a coming. I got warm, so I had to throw on a tank top today. So just kind of wait for some people to pop in here quick. Just make sure we're live and good to go. Okay, got my sound looks like it's working, so I'm gonna get my remote out of the way here. Actually, maybe I'll just put it underneath my table. All right, I am going to go ahead and get some started going here. Let me know if you're here. Say hi. I do want to say first that I apologize that on my channel, the video uploaded correctly, but on the Brutus Monroe channel, my video did not upload correctly for day 9. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Sherry. So I just fixed it. It will go live after tonight on the Brutus Monroe channel. So hi, Brandon. So if you watched day 9 and day 8 and you realize they were the same project, hi, Mama, then you will see that that was, a mistake. So let's switch down to the table quick. We do have a little bit of things to talk about, but hi, Luann. So Luann, if you watched my video on my channel, you watched the right video, but if you watched on Brutus Monroe channel, you saw this. This was day 8, which was these cards, and I made a little holder that you could put like a little piece of candy in or a couple dollars in. This is too small for a gift card, but it would work for a gift for money. And here is a quick sneaky peek for the video that's coming off tonight if you haven't seen it yet. Well, welcome, Susan. Thanks for catching us. These projects are from the spring countdown box. I'm going to get those out of the way. I have day 10 already up and loaded, ready for tomorrow morning. I listed in the description box below, those are all affiliate links. Those are links that, I'm going to go back so you can see my face. Those are links that my affiliate links. If you place an order using one of those, I get a small commission, which helps me bring you cardstock. I do have quite a few items tonight listed, but that's because I wasn't sure what paper I wanted to use. And so I linked all the paper that matched the Hoppy Spring cardstock, which is the pattern paper of the month. Hi, Karen. How are you? I have a couple things that I have not added yet because I forgot that I was going to use them. And then I have one link. The very first item is an old stamp set. And it is this one. I'll show you up close one in. It is available at Simon Says Stamp. I don't know how many they have. I happened to find it by accident over the week that it was still available, and I have it, and I'm going to use the sentiments from it today. So if you want that, if you decide you love this and you don't have it in your stash, it is available over in Simon Says Stamp. That's not affiliate linked. That being said, I wanted to remind you that there is a, sorry about the housekeeping. We'll go quick. Any shippable order of $60 or more, you get the nested stamp set automatically added to your cart. We still have the retirement sale going on, which will be over pretty soon. There is I believe the freebie is still available at, I think it's a $25 level. You get shaker mix. If it's still available, it will automatically go in your cart. And then I wanted to let you know that there is another sale going on right now. It is Friday the 13th. So it's buy more, save more sale. Unlucky for some, dangerously good for crafters. So the Friday the 13th, the savings got the bigger, the braver you are. Buy 2 items, get 13% off. Buy 4 items, get 26% off. And buy 6 items, get 46% off. No tricks, just wickedly good deals on the Brutus Monroe products you love. Sale ends at midnight tonight, 3/13/2026, and that would be Eastern time. So I did want to tell you that. You don't have to. Hi, how are you? Sweet Bee. Hi, I'm Sweet Bee, Sweet Bee. Oh, oh man, is Annette? Annette, am I right? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember. I'm really bad with names. So if you want to buy tonight, I have some stuff in my cart that is. So I'm going to switch over to the table and we're going to get started. So we are going to use the paper pad of the month tonight, and we're going to use some of the OW8 sketches. I did link the sketch link below. So if you want to get the PDF and download it, you can. So I did want you to tell you that I have this post here I'm going to use this card. I'm going to try to tell you the sketches, but I'm not sure. Oh, you already ordered. Awesome, Sherry. I started to, and then I wanted to make sure I came home and I got some cardstock put in my stash. So if you're going to order while I'm live, that's fine. Don't just buy me out. The licorice and Billard are back in stock. So if you were looking for those cardstocks, don't buy them out. So I grabbed the paper pad of the month, and I grabbed all of the papers and some of the kind of coordinating glitter stocks. I don't know which ones we're going to use for sure. But I wanted to know that I did all of that. And then here is a close-up of that Floral Sentiments. This, like I said, is an older shop. It is not in the Brutus Monroe store, but it is available over at Simon Says Stamp if you are interested in it. I know it's there. I don't know if it's anywhere else. I just happened to find it when I was looking for it today, going through old stamp sets. And I thought I would like to use those. But if you don't have those, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They're in below, Susan, but I can give you a link. I'm sorry. Let me give you a link. Sometimes Miss Penny sometimes pops in and she will post them, but she might be not here. This is my affiliate link if you would like to use it. And it will work on items that work for the store. So I apologize for that. If you have super sentimental or extra sentimental, those sentiments will work as well. I just grabbed it so you would know. All right, let's get started tonight. I'm going to grab, I love this paper pad, and I think we're just going to use, we're going to make some cards. They're going to be fairly simple cards with just pattern paper, cardstock, and a sentiment tonight. You're welcome, Susan. I love Brutus Monroe products. My favorites are, everyone knows, the Ornament Gold Chroma Mist and the Fallen Snow Glitter Glaze, and then the Fairy Dust Embossing Powder are my favorite things. So I love these little bunny pieces of paper. You could totally make some Easter cards with them. But I did grab some butterfly dies from my stash because I thought that would be fun too. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a couple pieces of this pattern paper to start. And we will get started. Okay. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. So I am going to start. Let's pull this sketch out. And I am going to start with, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of pieces of paper. I am going to use this, I believe. I'm going to use these 3 pieces here, and then this will be for my sentiment, and then that'll be like the colored cardstock. So let's start cutting. I am going to, this is OWH, which is Operation Right Home, B-22. The website, operationrighthome.org, did not come up for me, so I had to Google it. And that's where I got the link. Like I said, the link in the description box below leads you directly to that website by Sandy, the PDF, so that you can download it to your computer. So it tells me I need to be 4 inches by 2.25. And I'm thinking if we have yellow, let's do a pink cardstock. Let's do the bubble gum. Okay, we're going to do the bubble gum. So let's grab a piece of bubble gum out of here. And I already have one cut down to an A2 size panel. So that's our base. So I'm trying to make sure I have a little bit of room here. I'll try to move over here a little bit. I know my sketches. So that piece goes up here. And then I think we're going to do this wide piece. Okay, we're going to cut that down to 4 inches as well. Now you could totally, I guess you could take this and cut it down. Let's do the inch. Let's do the inch because we only need an inch of this. And then we'll cut it to the 4. Because that wastes a little bit less. And this would be a piece that you could put on the inside or get rid of or whatever. I'm just going to put it to the side. That piece is going to go right here. And then we have our little butterflies, which are so pretty. And we're going to cut this down. I'm starting at the 6, and because it's 2 by 4, I'm going to go all the way over to the 4. That way I have this nice big piece. And my 2-inch piece, cut this down to 4. Now, if you did not want to layer this, if you wanted it full layered, you could do this at 4 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/4. So there's the basis of our our pattern. And then we need a sentiment thing this is 2x4, but I'm going to modify that a little bit. We're going to stamp our sentiment out and then cut it accordingly. Now we could actually, because this is a 2x4, we could also use this floral and stamp our floral off a little bit from the stamp set and the sentiment. But I am trying to just use sentiments tonight because in case you don't have the stamp set, you could totally just use a bigger sentiment from your stash. Like I said, go through, see what you find for a nice big sentiment that works. Let's do thank you so very much. Because I wanted to kind of use some sentiments that I thought we could, and I'm going to use it in black because there's black in the butterfly body. Some sentiments, like you could use any sentiment for this to make this card, especially if you were not, you did not have this stamp set. But a thank you thing, a birthday would work very, very nicely. Oh, it looks like I haven't used the stamp set in quite a while, so some of these may have never been used, and so they need to be stamped for the first time. Well, actually, looks like I got some smudge on it, but we're going to leave it. So I hope everyone's having a great week. I know my mama's burned down for a snowstorm. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 1.5 inches. No, actually, I'm not. Let's do it this way. We are going to kind of do it. I did link something else below. So it's supposed to be 2x4. So let's do this is going to be 2.5. So we're modifying it just a hair. Let's see if I can get it to 2. I don't know if I can. I think we might just be able to get it down to 2. Sorry, I changed my mind a little bit. It's not going to be quite, it's going to be a little bigger. It's going to be 2.25, okay? And then we'll do the 4. So there we go. So I did do the 2.25x4 because I forgot. I did grab one more thing from my stash. Snowstorm here. Yes, it's supposed to come. I did link down below the Hello Butterfly stamps or die set and the gorgeous butterfly stamp set. The die and then the stamp set, because I thought this would be fun to play with. I have really not played with this much. And there are SVGs available for this stamp set. So let us use that. But instead of stamping this out in black, hi, Miss Penny, how are you? We're using OWH sketches. And then I also told people that I accidentally, on the Brutus Monroe channel, for some reason, the wrong spring countdown box video got posted. So I just uploaded it and it will go live for today. If you saw it on my page, you've seen it before, but if you didn't, I was like 15 people watched it. I don't know if they watched the whole thing, and then they realized that that it was the wrong video. But I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this down. I'm just going to stamp this with the embossing ink so that you get that dark pink color. And there is our first card. So Penny, I'm using the old floral sentiment stamp set that's still available over at Simon Says Stamp. All right, let's get this glued down. I'm going to start with the top piece because that is the biggest. And we're probably going to make several cards because, like I said, using a card sketch like this, especially some of the, what is the sale again? Is it on everything? I believe it doesn't say that it's limited. I assume it just says buy 2 items, get 13% off. Buy 4 items, get 26% off. Buy 6 items, get 46% off. I don't know if it's just on Brutus Monroe. It does not specify that part. I was just reading what the email that I got said. I know that, just let me look at my cart. There was 1 or 2 things that I did add in my cart that did not get a discount on. I know cardstock is 1. Pretty much everything else, including things in the, I only had 1 thing. Penny, if you want, I don't know if you want to look at the snow globe cutting die. That's the only thing that did not work. If you have that did not take that off. Everything else in my cart, which is, I had stamps and dies, they were all Brutus Monroe products. They all had that code off. So that's, I believe it might be, it doesn't say store site-wide, but it's got to be very close to site-wide. So like I said, the cardstock, the Chromatic Reserve cardstock definitely should work because I know I have that in my cart. And I even had some of the retirement items in my cart. A couple of items that I have used and I have decided I want a second set. So like the Up in the Air cloud dies. If I want to buy it, I don't have to cut. I can cut 2 sets of clouds versus 1 set. So it was a little bit busier day today, so I did not talk to anyone about that sale before. I just didn't have a lot of time at the end of the day to call Jamie. So, okay, so I just lined up the first piece, eyeballed the edges around, and then I lined them all up against. I flipped this one around. I don't know if you saw that because there was a lot of yellow right here from these butterflies, and there was a little bit more blue. So that way they are back and forth. And then for this piece, now you could actually, another thing we could do is we could tie some ribbon. I'm just going to grab some ribbon from my stash here. I'm going to, I've got some ribbon here in my stash. You could totally tie some ribbon around here just to add a little bit more. And I think that's what I will do just because I have it sitting out and it just gives that little bit of extra something between my sentiment and my butterfly. So I'm just going to lay this down. I'm not the best at this. And I'm not going to tie a bow. I'm actually just going to tie a knot. And the tweezers for the win to hold it, right? Best thing you can have in your craft stash is to have a reverse tweezers to have your extra fingers. I tied that kind of tight. And of course, a good pair of scissors. I can't pick it up. So there we go. I got that little bit of extra something there. I could flip those bows around to the top so they're kind of more up there. Let's see, how do I want to do that? Do I want to do it like that? There. You could use a glue dot to kind of hold it where you want to. I could flip it both down. I'm just going to show you that I'm just flipping it like that so it goes down. And then I'm just going to take a piece of double-sided adhesive here and stick it to hold it where I want it because it's a little loose. But if I stick it down right where I want it, just like that, that will hold it in place. And then it won't go anywhere. Okay, so let's get that glued down. Excuse me. I'm going to judge these up just a little bit. These are just the plain basic cardstocks, a little bit of stamping. And so that way, if you don't have a lot of supplies, you could totally make some of these cards. Add any of the bling you want. But that is our first section. I am going to grab some pink gems here that are on my desk because I leave my gems on my desk all the time. And we're going to add just 1 up 2, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3 here because I feel like there needs a little space there. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the Friday the 13th sale. Like I said, I had everything I have in my cart right now does qualify, and it's like I said, I have some of the Chromatic Reserve, and I have some of the, except for like I said, that one die that I had in there, and it might just be that it's on the clearance though, but it might not either be coded right or it might not be part of the sale, and it's a good price point anyway, so yeah, it doesn't bother me. So there is card number 1. Fun, right? Brutus Monroe items that are not new products. Okay, thank you very much, Penny. So not new items, like not the newest release or releases, the newest releases. Probably this month, last month, for sure, but I did see there was some things that were in there. Good time for your basics. All right, let's start. Let's get into card number 2. I have not officially decided, but I'm thinking maybe this one. Flip that back into place. So I'll pull this one out. This is a fairly basic one. And then I found one that was way up here at the front that I'd like to use. So let's do that one too. But we're going to change up our colors a little bit. Let's use this one this time. This is that same blue. And then I'm actually just flipping some of these cardstock pieces over, thinking, let's use this bunny. That's a little busy. Let's use the orange and this bunny, okay, for this one. So you totally make an Easter. Some of the older items may have the older tag on them, so we're not putting them on the sale. That works. Thank you. I need a 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to do the 4-inch side first, because that gives me a nice 2-inch bind for some other card. And then we'll do the 5 1/4. I like to do the even ones first because you usually get like that extra. So, I mean, this is a 2-inch. So like I could totally flip this over and out of one sheet of paper, there's my card. See, because that was this piece we cut here. But I want to use some of this paper. Now this is directional paper. So I need to make sure that that the 2-inch goes this way and the 4-inch goes this way if I look at this. So we're going to do the 2 inches this way. And the 4 inches this way. And then, so we've got this already. And then for our card, we're going to use, I'm going to use some of the sunflower. The sunflower was one of the red. I mean, we could pull in another color. We could pull in that pink again. But I think I want to use the sunflower. So I'm going to check it first. Let's check and see what we think. Let's cut our card. You guys know me. I usually put these on a card panel only because that is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure this is cut to the right size. 5 1/4, 5 1/2. I usually cut it in half first. That way, if I send these to the store, they can put it out on the wall. If I want to put it on a card later, I can always put it on a card base. So I am going to use that yellow. The yellow, I mean, it really ties in there, but I want to show you the difference with a different color. Let's try the ballerina. I said, I know I have a bunch of different cardstocks here tonight, but these are all ones that match the coordinating to this paper. So here's that. See, oh, and actually that looks a little bit better. So I think we're going to use the yellow, I think got lost in there. We'll save this for another card. And then we need a stamp. So we need a 2.5-inch circle. I did grab some circle dies from my stash. I'm just going to go eyeball it. And it doesn't, just see if that one's close enough. That one's a little big. Let's do this one. That one looks like 2.5. And then to save cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out of the middle. Okay. If you haven't done that before, that is a big trick that I have to save, or with matching cardstock. I mean, you could cut out several because I'm going to put it on a card base anyway. No one's going to ever see that I cut that out. I do believe I did not link, and I don't, Penny, if you want to throw up the spring fling link, there are a few spots available for spring fling. If you are interested in that, and I can give you a collab link for it. I just didn't get one. Otherwise, we can just give you the link. It's fine. An affiliate link for that. But there are some spots left. I will be there in person, so I'll miss Penny. And then this piece just goes right here. Now, this is where you could take some, thank you, Penny. This is where you can take some leeway. You could stamp a bunny on here. You could put a bunny die cut on here. You could put some flowers on here. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment. Because like I said, I'm trying to do some more simpler cards tonight using paper. Because if you were going to go, this is, I mean, some of if you go to a crop, let's do best witches. Actually, let's do love you bunches. Love you bunches. If you were going to go to like a crop, for example, like, or a day craft, I'm going to go a little bit lower because we'll put a little butterfly on here. You could totally, and I'm going to use the black because there is black in that with the butterfly bodies. You could totally take this and just take the matching cardstocks and a stamp set like this. Or if you have some pre-cut images already cut out or some flowers already cut out, and one stamp set, and you could make a bunch of cards, especially if you printed off all of these sketches. And I have them in a binder. These are just something from a Office Depot or an office store, and they're from Avery at what is, and they're like half sheets. I had them for some recipe cards when I was on a recipe card swap years ago, and that's what I'm using them for, to hold card sketches now. So it's easy for me to flip through. And the PDF I sent allows you to print 4 on a page, so I was able to fold them in half. And that way I could fold them directly in half. Show you that. Well, almost directly in half. I folded them right like this. I folded them in half, and then I could slip them in the binder like this so that I could see them. So here's one where you could flip that, use that butterfly from before, which is very pretty, but I'm going to go ahead and use this side just for something a little different. Anyone have any fun plans for the weekend other than to avoid the snow and ice wherever you are? If you are somewhere where you're going to get snow and ice. We were supposed to originally get anywhere from 6 to 24 inches of snow. And now we're still in the 4 to 8 inch range, but it went north. So my family up north is going to get hit with it more than I am. Okay. And then, so I cut that little piece out. So there, since I don't have this on a card base, all I do for that sticky part is just add a little anti-static cutter tool so it doesn't stick until I put it on a card base. And I will just grab one here just to show you that. So that's a full card panel. Okay. Then I went to grab that die. And I did not cut any of these out ahead of time, but I think this is the fun part. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out, let's cut out the blue, this blue. It's kind of in right there. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let's do, trying to find a smaller piece. Let's do this piece here. I know it's butterflies, and our butterflies are going to have butterflies, but that's okay. We'll just cut this piece out just like this, because I could use this as a square somewhere on my card. I could do it this way, but I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. I think I changed my mind. We are going to do the blue. I hope that's okay with you guys that I changed my mind so quickly. Yeah, you are, Mom. You're going to get a foot of snow. Well, it's that time of year. This is about the time. Remember when you came down and visited me and then you stayed an extra day because of all the snow? Well, it was right around this time because of all the snow. That was right about this time. Okay, well, we're doing that. We also need our body of our, I don't want to forget that. So I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap cardstock. This is just a piece of black scrap cardstock. And it is, I've been saying this all day, it is the Ides of March. And the other thing I wanted to say is that don't forget tomorrow, and honor my cousin Sarah in case she is watching, because sometimes she is watching with my aunt and uncle. Tomorrow's Pie Day. It's 3.14. So get your pizza, get your pie. Watch for, sometimes there's pizza pie sales. I had my pizza tonight. I'll probably have pizza tomorrow too, though, because I have leftovers. But then the Ides of March are on Sunday, which if you don't know the story behind that, it's one of my favorite stories. Thank you to Mrs. Evnett. my English teacher in high school and my Spanish teacher. I took Shakespeare from her, and the Ides of March is a line from Shakespeare. Julius Caesar, because Julius Caesar was killed on March 15th, and he was in the play in the play, he was told to by a soothsayer or a fortune teller to beware the Ides of March, and he didn't believe them, and then he got killed. So it kind of became a thing. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to glue these guys down. Now, what I like to do, oh, basketball and hockey tournaments too. Oh, Danielle, I do. I love this. I love the Love You Bunches stamp. This is from, I was going to say, there's only a few left. They're over at Sign and Sis Stamp. It's from the Floral Sentiment. Now, I will tell you, there are 2 that say best wishes on here, but there are some fun stamps. So if you would really like this, go grab it over at the Brutus or the Simon Says Stamp. I did link it below. That is not an affiliate link just because I don't have an affiliate link there. So if you know someone you want to support that has an affiliate link to Simon Says Stamp, you can search Floral Sentiments Brutus Monroe and it will pop right up. I don't know if you, so I'm just bending the bodies back a little bit. Now this would flatten in the mail, but that helps me put the glue where I want it for my little bodies, or my little wings, I should say. And then need my reverse tweezers again. Oh, the eye. Oh, yes, it's Mom. They always have bad weather around girls and basketball tournaments time too. It's boys state tournaments down here. Girls were last week. We had all the rain and stuff. But hi, Cordelia. How are you? We're on card number 2. There we go. And then, you know, like I said, those little wings are just popped up a little bit. Now we got a little bling to him. Let's add a little bling to this. I feel like our butterfly needs a little bling. So I'm going to put one. We're going to do it as symmetrical as I can. That's only 6. So then we're going to put 7, 8, 9. There. Give a little bling. And we're going to use these peach gems again. And we're just, Cordelia, we're just using the paper pad of the month to create some fun and simple cards. And I'm using an older stamp set that I found that was still available at Simon Says Stamp. Truth be told, I found the sentiment because I was working on, I help with the editing of our products in the Mustache app that my friends helped create to help keep track of your stash, which is mustache.io if you wanted to check it out. You can do, there is a free account, but you up to 100, and then there's a subscription. And as I was putting some stuff in, I was looking for this stamp set picture to kind of make it better than the one that I would have taken photos of. And I found it and I was really excited. So, all right, here's card number 2. It's okay, Cordelia, I forgive you. All right, let's see. We're only at 8:30, so let's try another. Let's pull out another. We're going to use some of that glitter stock next. And I have a card in mind. This is a good one right here, but I saw one. I did link Cordelia to this book down below. Was it that one? I'm going to flip here just quick. I know it was towards the beginning here. This is the one I want to do. I think this one's really fun. And if you notice, it might be hard to, okay, yeah, you can see these two are like a white color. These are a gray, and this is a dark color. So in my eye, I need 1, 2, 3 pattern papers. And then this can be white. And then we have our matte layer or our card base and our matte layer. So let's choose some pattern papers. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 strips. And we might be able to get away with it with 2 pieces of paper. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to pull this one out. This is sketch number B10. I'm trying to keep track of all this stuff. I've been working on so many projects that I have stuff everywhere. So let's go through our pattern paper. And of course, I've got strips of pattern paper hanging out. So let's kind of see if we can grab some of those. There we go. I just want to grab these. All right, so we need 3 pieces, I said, but we're going to only use 2. So I still have, I'm looking at what I got. Let's use this piece. This is the really fun piece. And then let's use, we're going to use this butterfly piece again. No, I don't want to use the butter because I don't want the bunnies. That's too, sorry. Let's use, I'm trying to see all the patterns here. We're going to use the yellow piece, this piece, okay? Oh, Cordelia, this is, like I said, this is the PDF. I linked it in the description box below. When you print it, it prints 4, and then you can just fold it in half. And then, like I said, I found these at, I've had them a long time, but at like a office supply store, they're 8.5 by 11 half sheets. And then of course they also have the binders. That's what that binder was. So I'm sure you could, I mean, I can look online and see if I can find something similar and link it below. And I just folded them in half so that I could put them in my binder and pull them out, because then they don't get damaged either. So let's start this. We need, because you know I have to be organized, 4 by 1 inch strips. So we're going to do the 4 inches just because I'm going to cut them both at the same time. Because the 4 inches are good. It's for a card. You know, this is 2 inches left, so I can put that to a side, use that for another pattern. And then we're going to cut this one down to 4. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is the one where we're going to use both sides. Okay. So I'm going to start at the 6 and I'm going to go down by an inch. 1, go to the 4, 2, 3, and 4. Got that extra piece, put that to the side. And then we're going to use this one. This is our busy piece. In my opinion, it's the busy piece, and we just need 1 of them. So I'm just going to cut that down. Okay. So, and then we need, of course, so we've got our pieces here. Got our piece here and our piece. Actually, we're going to put these pieces here. So our busy panel is going to go in the middle. And then these pieces can go up here. And of course, you could flip this around and use that other piece, but we're going to do this just like this. So we do need a piece of cardstock. Let's use that yellow piece that I cut before, that sunflower. Okay. That's going to be our base. So we're just going to lay this out. And yes, that little piece kind of gets lost a little bit in there, but that's okay. It works. I mean, if you really didn't like that, you could totally, like I said, use that as your deep piece and then flop these around, you know, but I'm going to do it this way. This is kind of what I was thinking. Let's see. Let's just rearrange and see what, yeah, I don't want those patterns together. We're going to do it like this. Okay. And then we have this piece here. So I'm going to, this is 2 by 3. So this piece, I'm going to do 2.25 by 3.25. And I am going to do it in white. So the yellow is going to be, because I want that layering piece to be about the same. So I'm just going to grab a small piece here, 3.2. Well, let's see how wide this is first. It's only 3. So we're going to go this way at 3.25 and then 2.25. And that will give me the same border. And I know that because this is if our card base is 4 1/4, this is, well, I guess it's an 1/8 in it. Yeah. So that's 4 1/4. So it's a 1/4 inch on the wide on this side. So that's why I knew that was that. All right, let's get a piece of white paper. I have some perfect blend here somewhere. Here we go. Oh, well, let's grab a scrap. And this needs to be 2 by 3. So let's do our 3. Actually, let's do our 2 by 3. Okay. You just stamped these into color today. They're really pretty. Gonna try that layout. Yes, that would be perfect. The Theodore's Garden and the garden paper, that would be very pretty too. I think this works with a lot of different cards. Now, like I said, you could totally, you could do the pink with that again. I mean, like I said, the pink would, pull that pink in there if you wanted, but I'm gonna do the yellow. I wanna do the yellow just because I do. So let's get this all laid out and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for our stamp. Let's get these laid out first. Now, I've not always had the bestest of luck with getting things even, but what I've been told, and it works kind of for me, is that you eyeball this edge and this edge so that they look, and this edge. So if you get 3 edges where it looks like the margins are the same, you're going to be really close. And I just go for it. And I think what I actually might think is fun to do, and there's just a tiny bit of behind there, I might put this one down. I might try popping up that piece. I think that might be a fun little difference. So we're just going to lay this piece where we need it to. And then we'll lay this piece down here. Just making sure that it's as straight as it can be. I mean, I'm sure there's, I know there's guides you can buy and stuff out there. And then we'll grab this, put this piece here just to kind of eyeball it. And we'll grab this piece. That's one thing I love about the British Mineral papers is that you have all these, you have options. Okay, that looks close to me. Oh, it's over a little too far. Sorry, I'm gonna go back this way. I'm right-handed, so line that up. That looks, are we in it? There we go. That looks pretty good. If it's a little crooked, it's a little crooked. And then I'm going to grab some foam tape somewhere. I have foam tape. Here it is. Hi, Kara. How are you? Yeah, you can also do, you wouldn't have to fold them in half. You could put them in 8.5 by 11. It's an 8.5, 11 sheet of paper. So you could just put them in those, which are easier to find. I just had these binders, and so I wanted to use them for something. So that's why I put them in this binders. So I'm choosing to, oh, shoot. See what I did there? See if we can fix it. Did I stick it down too fast? And I peel it off. Yeah, come on, please, please. Yay, I peeled it off right. We did the wrong side because I wasn't paying attention. I have a little bit of extra tape here. That's all. I am doing well. I am doing well. If I'm having it was a great week. I have, so I don't, for those of you who know, there's the air stores are an alliance of independent retailers. So they're like scrapbook stores. My local scrapbook store in Cedar Rapids, Scrapmania, is one of them. Christopher is teaching a class with them, and there's an exclusive bundle with those stores. That is only available through their stores. And since I live very close and it's close to my birthday, I am going down to the crop and I'm going to go in during the class. Well, I mean, I was taking the class, but instead I'm going to go in and I'm going to walk around and help people while Christopher's teaching, make sure answer any questions. Now, I didn't quite get these perfect, but it'll be okay. We'll just center it like that. There's a little bit of there's a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So I'm excited for that. I got that ironed out. We were ironing that out today and this week. And I have a couple friends I think we're going to try to come with me, and we're going to get to celebrate my birthday, and I'm going to see some friends from college because it's in the town that I went to college for. All right. I'm going to, oh, I was going to do one more thing tonight. We're running, oh, we might have time. I did grab one more thing. I did have this, it's called Bird Flight, I think. I don't have the name. It's not on the back of my thing. This is the cutest little layering stencil, and I want to use it. I have not used it yet. So we're going to grab our stamp, and I'm going to line something up with it. I'm just trying to decide. I have not used it at all yet. I think I'm going to do, let's do this one. Yeah, let's do this guy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my magnet and hold this thing in place. Okay, and I'm just going to grab some, I'm going to grab pink. I know birds aren't always pink, but we're going to make it pink because we're going to add a little pink to this card. And I'm just going to use some rosy cheeks. This is my card, right? I did see robins today. So for those of you who are wondering, I took the pup for a little walk or after dinner tonight. And as we were walking back, I wasn't even paying attention. And I was like, wait, that's a robin. He decided he was going to try to chase it and eat it. And of course, the robin didn't like it and ran away. And I was like, that's a robin. So I'm like, that's always a good sign. And I'm just going to line this guy up right here. Just kind of looking to see how does it line up because I haven't done, okay, here, like this. This part fits right in there. And move it over just a hair. Let's see. Let's line those up together again so I make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, it looks like, yeah, just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to do this in the same pink. But I'm going to add just a little bit of something else to it to make just a little extra something there. So let's grab, I'm going to grab the Over the Moon, which is a very, very light yellow. Very, very light yellow. And just add a little bit, which will give it just kind of a pinky color. Sorry for the, or an orangey pinky color, peachy color. All right, let's see. We'll peel and reveal. Oh, look at how cute that is. And he's off a little bit. I'm okay with that. Just a quick little picture on there. And then I did get a little schmutz right here. I'm just going to erase it with my sand eraser. And then we will stamp out a sentiment. I'm going to do Thinking of You Today. So we're going to get the use out of our stamp set here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it right down. It's going to stamp over his little feeties, but I'm okay with that. And we're going to do it in the black, the Raven Detail. Thank you. I like American Robins. They're saying, oh, is Tertus migratorius. That's funny. This one was the one that the pup was trying to chase was a super, he was probably puffed out because it's so cold, but he looked like a super fat one. Because there was a few of them, and the fat one's the one I noticed because Fletch was kind of, you know, like I said, he was trying to grab him. So I got Thinking of You Today. And then we're going to go ahead and lay that down. We can put a few gems at the top. You could do some flowers at the top. You could do something else. You could do a little strip of paper, you know, like a little piece of the pattern paper. And then we're just going to layer it on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little piece of the, let's see, that's just, I'm going to stick it actually right there on there. And then we will put glue down. So let's pull this off. And we'll put some glue down. I'm just gonna, I got my glue thing to work, you guys. Like I said, last week, remember, I forgot. It was just because it needed to be poked. And just glue him down like this. Now, he doesn't have any eyeballs. So I could grab a gem and put that gem in there. Let's see. I don't know if I want to do that though. Let's try it. We'll see what it looks like before we glue it down. Oh, these are not black gems. We don't want those. Excuse me. And we'll try this one. These aren't really black either, but we'll see what it looks like. These are a blacky blue, so that'll work more than anything. I don't know if I like it with the gem. I think it needs an eyeball. Yeah, it needs an eyeball, doesn't it? Thank you. I think it needs an eyeball. All right. But we're going to use a different color gem. Let's put it right. I hope that was good. So we'll put a couple of gems here, and I'll put one, two, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3 up here. We're going to do a different color gem though, because I don't want it to look like his eyeballs fell out. Okay, yeah, I think he had to have an eyeball. Up close, he looks kind of weird, but on camera, he looks a lot better. And once that glue dries, it'll be better too. Let's grab some of the pink gems that I already used before. Sequins, pops of color, stickles, all of those things would work instead if you don't have gems. There we go, you guys. There is card number 3. Now, if you don't mind, we go over, we can find it and do one more quick card. But instead of a sketch, we're going to use some leftovers. Okay, so let's put this one aside. Instead of the sketch, we're going to use some of these leftover pieces that we have. Okay, just going to grab some of the cardstock here because I was going to show you one other option you could do. So let's just kind of go through. Had that one blue piece. That's kind of the piece I wanted. Where did it go? On my desk. Anybody see where the blue piece went? All right, not going to worry about it. We'll just grab one other piece. What I wanted to show you was an option. I've grabbed one of the sparkle over. This is the Field of Flowers. And we're just going to stick it down on something. But I guess I'm going to do it. Let's grab. There's the blue piece. Okay. So I had a partial blue piece. Yeah. We'll just use this piece. And then we got this big piece here too. We'll use that piece. Okay. So very quickly here, might go over just a hair. So I scheduled the video to go up on the Buddhist Mill channel at 9:15. So in case we went over just a hair, you get 2 sheets. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down as close as I can. So I see it's that blue. I'm going to use this. I'm just going to cut to the inside of the blue here, just a hair. And then let's see. And then I'll cut a little bit this way. Doesn't have to be perfect because I can cut a little bit extra off. And then this is just adding a little bit of extra something on top. See, we can even put that on top of each other, but I think we'll do something a little different. And this is, if you haven't seen these yet, it's adhesive. So if you like the shine of foil, but you don't want a foil, I'm going to do my best as I can to get this. I like to do half a sheet if I can, but I'm using leftover pieces. And then actually, I think I'm just going to fold it over. Use my desk to fold that end over. And then look at, that's not going to stay. There we go. There we go. But look at this now. And look at that fun. I mean, isn't that beautiful shine? Look, and you can put that on your card. Okay, so got this piece of pink cardstock. And I think what I'm going to do is we're actually just going to cut this. Let's use a small piece. We have a small piece here, don't we? Look at that. We have this small piece here. Let's put this piece here, and we're going to put this piece. Oh, let's see. Let's do it like this. See? I mean, you can just take your leftover pieces and start attaching them. And you can make up, you know, like I said, extra cards without using your sketch, because these sketches, especially the ones I chose, had the 4-inch mark. So this was a 2-inch panel that I can go ahead and put right here. I'm just going to put right here. Line it up on the edge of my card base, stick it down, cut that extra off there. This little piece you can just throw away, or you could actually put on the inside of your card as something fun. I am going to throw it because we can let cardstock go. And we're going to layer this piece right over the top. You could also have die cut this out. And I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. we're going to do it like this. Just kind of eyeballing. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then all we need is a focal point with a sentiment. So we'll use that light pink. Let's grab another sentiment here. Let's do, it's just, I don't know if I put that on straight. Well, it's stuck now. It's okay. Let's do best wishes. Okay. And I'm just going to grab another piece of that pink cardstock and stamp that out. Nothing special needed. I was going to use glitter stock tonight. I did not do that. So I did link it. I just didn't use any. Sorry about that. We could probably grab a piece here and throw it in as a strip. Maybe we will with our sentiment, just because. But I did want to link some of it so that if you knew that these are the kind of the colors that matched with our cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and trim this one down. I'm just going to line it up at the edge of this. And then I'll flip it over. And we'll line it up with our edge of our best up here at the top. And then I'm going to just trim it down. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. Yeah, a little wider. A little wide. Like if you had a focal point, like some flowers you wanted to put with it. And then I think what we're going to do is let's do a little piece of glitter stock underneath this. And I'm just going to grab a scrap. I have a scrap of that bubble gum, and I'm going to just cut out a circle. Like I said, no sketch needed at this point, just extra pieces of cardstock. And this actually was either part of the Stamp Club Plus not so long ago, or you got a little sample in some of the boxes of the glitter stock. We're going to end just about perfect on time. I'm going to just stick this little piece right under here. And then, like I said, you'd have room for something else, like a floral right there or something. Now, I am going to do both because this is a slick surface. I'm going to use both tape runner and liquid glue. If I was going to use foam tape, I could use double-sided adhesive too. But if I could use foam tape and pop it up, it would stay a lot easier. But I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to put that right about here. And then we'll just put our little sentiment right there. And hopefully it sticks. I should have probably used some tape runner with that too. I'm just going to stick it on and bring it over just a little bit so a little bit of that blue shows. And then once again, 1, 2, 3. I think 3 is good for that. We got 3 gems. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that was leftovers plus some glitter stock. But there we go, you guys. We made 4 cards tonight. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me bring them all back here quick. Here was card number 1. And I think I'm going to find a glue dot. I don't have any handy right this second. I mean, I guess I could also just take a piece of glue right now. Kind of stick that on there. Kind of hold it down. Stick that on there for a second. So we've got card number 1. We had card number 2. Let's go this way. Card number 2. Card number 3. And I can get them all. Card number 4. I made 4 cards using just cardstock and the stamp of the month. I added, of course, some other fun like focal points, which you can use any of that from your stash. That's the easy part, using the paper pad to get it together. Oh, you're welcome, Cordelia. I should have done it last week. I just thought about it tonight. I hope you guys have a great evening, a great weekend. Like I said, day 10 will be up about 9-ish in the morning. And then tomorrow I will film day 11, 12, 13, and 14 over the weekend. Those will all go up this next week. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend, day, evening, all that good stuff. And I will see you next week. All right. Don't forget to check out the sale. Thanks, Mom. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Kara.